Alright, so I've been developing an advanced wall climbing system with a ray trace. Let's see if I tap E here, the ray trace enables, and that's visualized by that red capsule there. It doesn't do anything at all until you're up against the wall. When you tap E and you're against the wall, you'll begin to climb. These animations here that I've added that were free on Fab. Uh, but So you've got your climb system. And then if he climbs up too high, like above where he is ray tracing, he'll let go of the wall, like that. Same for if he climbs off the side. So let's say if you climbed on the small one, and all the way over, he just lets go and walks away. Eventually, I'm going to set it to where he can go around corners, as well as these inverted corners here. I'm going to design NPCs to fight and climb on the walls against you, as well as levels that are kind of like a platformer in nature. But he'll even grab on like mid-jump. I'm also going to develop a wall jump system so you can jump off of the walls instead of just letting go. A stamina system and a health system, as well as AI behavior trees for NPCs that I make and for the environment, which will also be hostile. The basic idea of the game concept that I'm coming up with is a game in which you are basically playing a platformer, climbing vertically through levels, uh, as well as combating enemies in the environment as you go. And so we'll look at our BP here. Here is the basic movement input that it came with in this basic setup for this blueprint system. But on top of that, I branched off here to change from just the normal left, right, forward, and back movement that was included in the basic setup to include the climbing system setup, which is up here. I know it looks kind of crazy. It was a lot of blueprints I've added in here. The normal here is for like detecting the actual surface of the wall whenever you do the ray trace, so that you will not just let go and walk away from it. Rather, you will climb on it, and then here's where it controls the left and right axis. It adds the movement component. Instead of going left and right down here, it swaps it to this when you're using that ray trace. And then here's for the up and down. Instead of what's down here, it does this, which is what this branch here is for. If it's false, it goes back down to the normal logic. If it's true, it goes to my logic. Here I added, because the animations were looping and wouldn't stop, I had to add in my own little logic here for when I release the D key, the S key, the A key, and the W key to reset those values to 0. So it would instantly stop the animations, which is why I have these print strings here. So it will show me like the values of each key being pressed, so I would know like when it would stop those animations. And then if we go in here, I'll set up this climb blend, which is a blend of 9 different samples that I got on Fab in a pack, a 3-pack. And then I blended them all together. So I'll hold control here. It'll show you like what each one does, like the different climbing methods. Let's see, because it doesn't just do up, down, left, and right. It also does diagonals as well. I also went into each one of these animations that it came with because they were set up in a way that it would lead off of the character, and had to change it so that they would have bone rooting instead of just being all willy-nilly, so they could move wherever they wanted. It roots them in place so the animation will play and it won't lead off of where the character location actually is. So then also I went through and let me find it. Maybe it's in, I can't remember exactly where I put it now. Maybe it is in here. No, it's not in here. Let me go into search here. It's in Manny. So in Manny here, all of the commented sections here is what was already included in this basic setup. This is like a no-code rapid prototype. I added an extra sequence here on then number 3. Scrolled down to here, added an is valid, and we're doing it as the BP third person character to set up the is climbing logic in here, as well as the climb up down axis, climb left right axis. And then if you look here under locomotion, this stuff was already here. I added in my climb blend, as well as transitions from idle to climb blend. And then here's the basic logic for that. And then the left right is set up with this variable that I set up, and the up down is set up with this variable that I set up. All in all, I spent probably about 10 hours setting up this system through just the blueprint system. If I'd done it with code, it would have taken probably about twice as long, realistically. But because this is a rapid prototype, I decided not to go the C++ route because that would be more for the next steps. Anyway, I really appreciate it, and you have a nice day.